senior guard, Coach Cryer. On your right, senior point guard, Jamal Crawford. Of course, head coach Kelvin Sampson. If you have a question, raise your hand. Do we have a microphone? We'll go to Chris. We'll go to Chris here with the first question. Raise your hand. Get my attention. Let me know if you have a question.
Kelvin, Jamal's ability to get you guys into good shots and the offense today, what was the key there?
Our defense. When we get out in transition, I mean, they're good. They've got really, really good guards, so you're not going to turn them over 20 times or 25 times. But, we watched their, they had a really good chance to beat Ohio State. I mean, they could easily win that game. But, we scouted them. We saw the areas that I felt like we could attack. Pace, pushing it. Jamal's outstanding at that. I thought he was a maestro. I still remember Jamal as a freshman when he didn't get to play. He stayed with it. His freshman year, we go to the Final Four, but he got dominated. August, September, October, November. I mean, I probably stayed on him more than I stayed on the kids that were playing. But once we got to late January, he started hitting back. And then once we got to February, I remember Jamal probably remembers this too. Quentin Grimes and Sasser and Giroux, those guys come up to me individually and said, Coach, Jamal's going to be good. So, but, good for him for understanding that you've got to develop. You don't come out of high school at a program at our level and think you're going to make a difference, because you're not. In this particular game today, being able to play through him in transition, I thought we were good. I mean, we had a really good plan against their zone. We knew exactly how we wanted to attack their man-to-man, and then when they went zone, we just flowed right into what we had worked on. And our kids are unselfish. Everybody understands their role, buys into it, and accepts it. So, our defense got us going early, and then, we just fed off that.
Jamal, your thoughts on Emmanuel Sharp's defensive work on battle start the game?
Man, he took the challenge. A guy that was averaging 27 over the last 3 games. When it's coming in here, you got to step up to the plate, and he did just that. He only shot the ball 4 times, but he was our most valuable player on defense the whole night because he took that challenge and tried to shut that guy down. He did a really good job. So, hats off to E.
Go back to Chris. We have Mike. Chris, blue, please.
Kelvin, how have you seen Emmanuel get better on defense, since when he first came in today?
Failure. They all failed. None of them can guard when they get here, not the way we guard, obviously. I don't recruit defenders. I recruit offensive players. If all we did was recruit defenders, we'd never score. And when I was watching LJ in high school, LJ couldn't guard the back door with 2 cannons. But that's not why I was recruiting him. I mean, that's part of what we do when we get kids here is we get them to buy into our system of how we defend. Same thing with Emmanuel. Emmanuel didn't guard anybody in high school. Most of these guys played 1-2-1-1 full court press, and team either scored or turned it over or shot and missed, and they got the rebound and they ran it at the end. That was the extent of their defense. None of them played man-to-man. But Emmanuel, is not the first option on offense, but one day he could be, and you'll see a lot more growth. But when we recruit these kids, that's what we see in them, what you're seeing now. But confidence, I think you get confidence from your preparation, your work. You don't get confidence because somebody tells you something. You get confidence through your work. It's like our defense. You know, whatever you think of our defense, it's because of the work we put into it and the hours and hours and hours of repetition of trying to get 13, 14 guys all to understand it. And then just getting them to buy into it. But that starts with having tough kids, high-character kids, and kids that care for each other.
Come over here to Josh, please. Like you, Josh.
For LJ, big offensive night for you today, but you know, how much does the defense and kind of getting started strong on that end as a team kind of help, I guess, loosen things up and relax you guys on the offensive end?
I mean, when you focus on defense, I feel like we're going to get out and transition and get easier shots. And just being locked in on defense will make you dial in on offense. So, I mean, I feel like because I was defensive focused today, that's why the balls are going in.
Ryan, you got a question? We'll go to Ryan and Chris.
Damian Dunn has played better in the last few games. Do you see the light kind of turning on for him?
Yeah, I don't get overly excited or worry about anything with any of our kids. It's like free throw shooting. You know, they're going to get better at free throw shooting. Damian's, over time, is going to get better at coming off the bench. You know, he's never come off the bench. You know, in high school, he was a star. In AAU, for Jerry Stackhouse's program in Kinston, North Carolina, he was a star. At Temple, he's a star. You know, we've had to be patient with Damian. But I'd say the last couple weeks, I think LJ and Jamal's seen it too. He's been playing good in practice. And, you know, we always tell kids that's where it starts. It doesn't start in the games. It starts in practice. And you know, just staying with it. It'll pop for you eventually. He has struggled some. But, you know, we try to give him the ball in spots to give him some freedom. But at the same time, you know, everything starts with his defense. That's where he's made his biggest improvement. You know, we don't bring him to practice every day trying to get confidence in his offense. That's not the way it works here. You know, you try to get him confidence in his defense. And I made a boneheaded play by fouling the kid on the out-of-bounds play. But I'd rather tune a kid down than have to tune him up. You know, I tune him down if I have to, but you know, where a lot of coaches and schools were about trying to get their kids to play harder, that was the biggest challenge for a kid like Damian. He didn't know how to play hard, and in this program, that's non-negotiable.
Chris?
Kelvin, first Big 12 game, commissioner's here. There's some fanfare around this. Did it feel any different to you though? And
Not for me.
did you say anything to the team about it? Or?
No. I mean, we played LSU, Arkansas, Ohio State, Kentucky, Virginia, Rutgers, Miami, Villanova. I mean, we've been in the top 10 for how many years? Top 25 how many years? I mean, we've been good for a long time. I was excited for our fans, and I was excited for the university. But for us, you know, we wanted to win for sure, and there was an excitement about playing our first conference game. But you know, that's you know, now we go play our second one. You know, I just don't spend a lot of time with the hoopla stuff. We had a plan today defensively. We had a plan offensively, and our kids executed it. And there's nothing in our scouting report or plan said what league we were in or who any of that stuff. We just went. Now, I think our kids, you know, our kids have always had a little bit of a chip on their shoulder here because we've had to get some of even our own fans to understand we're pretty good. You know, they were so bad for so long. Some of them still haven't figured it out. But our kids have and our coaches have. And we know who we are and what we're capable of doing. And we you know, the Big 12 thing is real. You know, it's a great conference, and I think I made a statement earlier this week where it reminds you of the NCAA tournament weekend. You know, you play, if you win on Thursday or Friday, you get to play on Saturday or Sunday, you know, because every team's good. That's why you don't get too excited if you win a game, and you don't get, I don't worry about stuff if we lose the game. The stuff I'm worried about is stuff I can control.
All right, we'll go to Starnes. I got time for one more after that.
Coach, you know, how big was Javier's aggressiveness offensively today, and was
You know,
there?
yeah. That's. I'm glad you asked that, Starnes. He made a. Maul made a great pass, and he called it, and he traveled, and I think there was a timeout, and I got him a little bit. But then I came out of that timeout, and I ran a play for him. We went right back to him. And I went right back to him because I believe in Javier. Javier is a really good player. He is a starting 5-man on a team that's ranked in the top 10 in the nation. You know how good you got to be that guy? You have any idea how good you got to be the starting 5-man on a team ranked in the top 10? Look at all the 5 men in the top 10 in the nation on those teams. Look at them. You know, look at JVA. JVA's getting better. I mean, he's coming, and that combination of him and JoJo, you know, they're only going to get better and better and better. That's why I trust our staff and I trust our decisions.
Last question, we'll go to Adam.
Jamal, is there anything with this team that is maybe unique or better than some of the teams here the last couple of years?
Every team is different. You know, we each bring something different to the table. But I think just with this team, just like all the other teams, we're just bonded off the court a lot. And I think that plays a big part on, you know, just being able to get on each other in game. You know, we can say anything to each other. We're not going to take it the wrong way. We're able to get on each other and keep it pushing. So just being friends and being brothers off the court just helps so much more on the court.
Coach, LJ, Jamal, thank you for your time.
Okay.